Another day, another 2-box nickel hunt. Will I find more silver, buffaloes, or that elusive V-nickel? Let's find out. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure, and that's right, I'm super excited today. We've got 2 more boxes of nickels to hunt. Now these boxes are from B of A, and typically my B of A nickel boxes produce less overall finds, but a few more silver finds. Now of course I am looking for silver, and I'd love to find some more buffaloes, but the most important thing I'm on a mission for is to find my 4th ever V-nickel. We have not found one yet in quite some time. What's good about these boxes is I don't have to do any pre-opening before the video starts. I can do live openings. As always, if you're interested in any of my coin roll hunting mats, like my nickel mat, I'll have a link to it up here, or you can find a link to it in my video description. I'll also be using my microscope today, so if you'd like to see a link for that, that's also down below, because I love using it to get up close and personal on screen with any finds we need to scrutinize. Enough talk. Let's hunt. I'll bring you back for the live opening. All right, box 1. Let's open her up. See if we have any really cool enders. I haven't seen an ender in a while, so I'm hoping we have one between the 100 rolls, either on the top that we checked now, or maybe on the bottom if I missed it through the holes. Here we go. First box. Looks like your standard everyday box of nickels. And I don't see anything fantastico sticking out, but that's not bad. All we can see is 50 ends. There's 2,000 nickels in there. All right, you guys know the drill. I'll bring you in on my first good find. Roll number 3, and I'm recording left-handed because I did not want to take my hand off this roll, but I've got a pretty odd second coin in right there. And that's looking pretty silvery. I did not want to do anything to the roll before I pulled it out and took a look. Let's see. 1943 Philadelphia War Nickel. Now there is a 43/42 double die obverse, or over date if you will. But this one's going to be pretty toasty to see that, or even a doubled eye. It's pretty banged up, and I don't think I see anything. Third roll in, and not even a third roll in, finished 2 rolls and 2 coins, and we've got a silver on the board. B of A silver strikes again early on. That's a good sign. Just cracked open roll number 4 and laid it out, started to pull a couple of coins out, and one caught my eye, and I can already see it's going to be a 40s nickel, so I figured I'd bring you in. 1947 Denver. 2 finds, not even through 4 rolls. Roll 11, nothing spectacular, but it is a foreign, a Canadian, 1982. And if I recall, this one's made out of almost pure nickel. We'll be keeping that for the collection, for sure. Roll 12, 1941, Philadelphia. Roll 15 is going to yield another find. And this time it's another 1947 Philadelphia. Little nicer shape to boot. Roll number 21, and we've got a lot of different colors in this roll, but what really stood out to me was a penny near the back. What do we got here? 1987 Zinkin. Minted in Philly. All right, if anything in this roll pans out to be something cool, we'll bring you back. Little did I know those prophetic words would make this hunt one of my best. You guys might have already seen it, and I already took a peek, but I'll bring you back on that one in a second, because as I was panning the roll, I saw something really shiny. But the second coin in is a 1940 polished, cleaned, old Jefferson nickel, minted in Philly. Now that we've covered that one, take a look at this right here. Are you kidding me? 1943 S War Nickel in probably the best shape I've ever found one in a roll. Wow, that's a beauty. I don't want to touch it too much. I don't even notice it by the edge, and this one's catching my eye too, so I figured I'll take a quick peek. And it's nothing. Let's put this one under the scope. It's not going to have any doubling, but I just want to appreciate it really quick. It's got some dye deterioration doubling though, doesn't it? I don't know, that looks pretty split to me. That looks like there's a split serif on the T and on the Y. I could be seeing things, but that looks like split serifs to me. Very interesting. Let me do a little research on this and get back to you guys. That is an awesome war nickel and our second in the box through 21 rolls. I'll be back. Let me see if I can find something out about that. So I'm pretty excited, you guys. I went to VarietyVista.com where I always visit for the non-recognized varieties that you might find on PCGS or NGC. So I checked PCGS first, didn't see a variety listing for the 43S for a DDO. But on Variety Vista, there's a DDO number 2, 1943S DDO 002. Couple of telltale things I saw here. I'll bring up the images first. If you look at the S, you can see splitting on this S right there for the example that they show. And when you go to my Coinscope, you can see the split serif on the S as well. The exact same split that they show there. And just to show you that's my coin, I'm moving it right now. Now we'll go back to the first thing that caught my eye, which was the T in Liberty, split serif there. And if I go to their T in Liberty, you can see the split serif right there as well. So both the S and the T are exactly the main die markers of mine. So we have just found in a bank roll a 1943S DDO number 2, and despite the reverse having some dings around the steps, this thing is probably a low mint state grade, and I will take it all day. What a find. That is exciting. We've got not only a second silver in the box, but a variety to boot. I'm going to flip it up before I touch it too much more. Then we'll get back to this roll in case there's something else. There was nothing else in that 21st roll, but I just cracked open roll 22. And I think we've got some more goodies. And I'm pretty certain that that fourth one in could be another war nickel. Oh no. Ha! 1980. Well, I'll leave the clip in because we do make mistakes, but you know that was looking pretty war nickel-like. That's why I wanted to film it. By the way, that is flipped up, and that's flipping amazing. Roll 28, another 40s find. It was facing me, 1948. And it doesn't really matter unless it's an S. And I can't tell. My mind wants to see an S, but I don't see any clear example of a mint mark. I say 48S because that'd be a semi-key date, but I don't think it is. It's just a 48 Philadelphia. Roll 36 and the box has cooled down a little bit, but we will have another 40s nickel here, a 1941 out of Philly. Well, the first box of nickels is hunted, and as is true for Bank of America, light on the quantity of finds, but we got some quality. Only 5 nickels in the 50s. The best of the bunch is a pretty nice 1959, and it is a Philadelphia, so it's a lower mintage, not a semi-key, but close, and in great shape. I'll be holding on to that one. We got 7 in the 40s, all pretty banged up. None of them really keepers, but as far as finds are concerned, wanted to count them. We did find a couple of really nice older Jeffersons, pretty nice 1965, and even though it's very common, it's a pretty nice 1964. Figured I'd keep it as well. Love myself some older, beautiful Jefferson Nickels. We got one 2009, and I'm excited because it's a Philadelphia. I've only found maybe a dozen of these in all of my hunts. I find a lot of Denvers, just not Phillies. We got that 82 nickel Canadian nickel, if you will. We also got shorted with a penny, but I'll take it because we found ourselves a 43p trashy war nickel, and as if to make up for it, one of the nicest war nickels I've ever found in circulation, and a DDO to boot. 1943S DDO 002. Got today's date. It is flipped up. Man, it's a beauty. You don't find them like that in circulation, but we did. Like I said, the box got really cold the second half, so it looks like maybe part of a collection dump in the first. These were picked up together. I'm praying that when we do the live opening, we see something good in here, but if not, hopefully still part of this possible collection dump will be inside this nickel box next. Let me toss out the discards, clear that box away, and we'll start a live opening next. Box 2, rolls 51 through 100. Will there be something awesome in this box? If I can open it. All right. Well, some more discolored nickels. We saw a lot of those in the last box. A lot of detector finds. Looks like we have a couple right here as well. But outside of that, nothing is really saying if it's going to be old or silvery or even buffalo-y, if you will. All right, we'll get it set up. I'll bring you in if I find something worth showing. Roll number 9 of box 2, or 59 of the hunt, and we have not found an old Jefferson. But this one is almost as old as they come. 1939 Jefferson Nickels, second year. If it has a mint mark, it's a key date. If it doesn't have a mint mark, we can check for the DDR. So no mint mark on that one, but do we have any doubling? We do not have any doubling. It would be on Monticello and 5 cents, and you'd see it pretty clearly, even on damaged versions. So definitely just a 1939 Philadelphia. Pretty common, but still a good find. Nice to see a 30s nickel on the board. Same roll. Another 39 nickel. Philly, Denver, or San Fran? Another Philly. Let's check it for the DDR again. And not the DDR. And definitely from Philly. 239s in the same roll. Is the box going to get hot? Roll 13 or 63 of the hunt, and they did it to us again. This one might be copper this time with a little bit of age. There's also an odd colored nickel here. I guess we'll grab this out first. Just going to be a beat up, something in the 80s. All right, let's take a look at the cent that we got in here. 1978 copper. Well, we didn't lose 4 cents because that's worth about 2. But we did lose a little bit of money in that roll. Roll 19 of the box, 69 of the hunt, and take a look at this date. First year Jefferson, 1938, and somebody has scratched it up. Hopefully it has a DRS so that it is a key date, but a 1938 first year Jefferson is always a fun find either way. And it's just going to be a Philadelphia, but still, I don't find too many 38s. They also made Buffalo nickels that year, and with 3 30s nickels in this box, maybe there's a Buffalo coming up soon. 1938 Philadelphia would have been nice without the scratches, but it's still a good find either way. Roll 77 of the 2-box hunt, and we will find a 1946 Jefferson nickel, 1 year off silver. Roll 78, 1940, Denver. Same roll, 1941, Denver as well. Roll 95 of this 2-box hunt. We will not go quietly into the night. We will find a buffalo nickel. Does it have a mint mark? No mint mark, pretty worn, probably dateless. I think I can make out a date. It's looking, man, that's tough to tell. That is tough to tell. It's almost looking 1930 something. It's almost like there's a 1, 9, 3, and either a 7 or an 8. Man, that's tough. I'd hate to Nic-A-Date a nickel with somewhat of a legible date. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit here for you. Oh, maybe a 1928. Yeah. I think I'm going to go with 1928. Think I see the 2 holes for the 8, and I think that third digit is actually a 2, not a 3. I won't know for certain, but I'm pretty certain that's a 1928 Philadelphia. 1928 Philadelphia is not a key date or a semi-key date, and in this condition it wouldn't matter anyway unless it was a key date. I will not Nic-A-Date it. We'll call it a 28. If you guys see something else, let me know down below. But that, my friend, is our first buffalo nickel of the 95 rolls. And we still got 5.5 rolls to go. Roll number 97. 1940 nickel facing us. Not in that bad a shape. I've seen better. But you know we've seen a lot worse as well. We're on roll 100, and I just cracked it open and laid it flat, and I see another foreign, looks like a Canadian nickel here. 1994. Well, we finished that 100 roll 2-box nickel hunt, and it was a lot of fun. We ended up with 13 nickels in the 50s and 11 in the 40s. We also had 2 Canadian nickels here and 2 2009s, a Philly and a Denver, 1 in each box. We got 2 pennies, a copper and a zinc, 1 in each box. And then I did pull this one out because I thought the toning was pretty crazy. 2015, Denver. Probably going to toss it back, but I always like looking at pretty cool toners. For the best finds of the hunt, I had 3 really nice nickels here. A 1959 Philadelphia, under 30 million minted, and then a couple of beauties, 64 and a 65. I had 3 30s nickels, a 38p, and both 39p's in that one roll. No DDRs on those. The 3 best finds of the hunt, can never get mad at a 1943p war nickel, even though it's in bad shape. Second best find is a 1928, I believe, Philadelphia minted buffalo nickel. And then the find of the hunt is this beautiful 1943S doubled die obverse number 2. Can't get mad at that. It is a stunner, and I'm happy to add it to the collection. Hopefully you enjoyed this 2-box hunt. I know I did. We got some goodies. If you did, I would appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching. We'll be adding some more silver to the 2020 silver jar, but won't be adding that one. I've got a stand-in. Can't get mad at that.